Do you think a Minecraft interior is just a crafting table, a couple of furnaces, and a couple of chests? Well, I'm here to prove you guys otherwise. Hey guys, Dino here, and welcome back to the next installment of How to Get Good at Building, this time Interiors Edition. Similar to last episode, I just have a long line of individual things that you can use to spruce up any interior. Unlike last time though, however, since interiors are very much multiple rooms, instead of setting up one example, we're just going with these little tips and tricks, and it's up to you to implement them yourself. Okay, first we're starting off with shelving units. So this is more of a standard Minecraft shelf, more one that you'd have put in a wall or either that or 2 blocks thick. So it's a little clunky and a little inconvenient, but I personally really like it. You are here using looms, like empty bookshelves. You've got this little coat closet area, even though you can't really put anything in it. It looks cool. And then obviously just normal bookshelves, barrels. It's functional, it works. That's the best part about this one, is the fact that it is functional. You can store stuff in it using these barrels. These ones are for more aesthetics. Once again, instead of this time using it as an empty bookshelf, we're using looms, just to make them kind of look, I don't know, I like the contrast, I like this. You could really just use any real block there, it doesn't really matter. I just like the wooden outline that kind of matches up with the item frame outline. The coloring is slightly different, but it matches a little bit and I think it looks nice. And then you have in those item frames upside down anvils to look like handles. And then of course you cover it with a sign just to finish it off. You can do this vertical or horizontal. This trick works both ways. I think it looks nice. I wouldn't make multiple levels stacked on top of each other wide sets of drawers like this. Instead, I would do something more along the lines of this, just because I think that these work better for just single line shelving. Now, up next are things that could be shelves or room dividers. So here, I'm just messing around with stairs to create these little see-through areas. This could be seen as a shelf. This one is not that functional, obviously. None of them are because it's stairs, but they look pretty nice. This would be more at home in a modern house. And then I just used birch wood here for these next two. It's really just about how you orient your stairs. You can create cool patterns doing it, and you can really do it with any stair depending on the vibe you want to go with or what your building materials are. Next up are different room dividers using trapdoors. So the thing here is, these are really the only 4 options you have with trapdoors, because most room dividers you want to be see-through. You could do it with any other trapdoors, but that'd be creating more of a solid wall, solid and thin wall, than it would a room divider. So here's the acacia ones. It's more vertical, you can see through it. The jungle ones, once again, and then these ones, these are horizontal, similar to the acacia, but once again horizontal. And these are fun because they're all squiggly. I don't know, I don't normally use stuff like this in builds, but if I'm gonna do a room divider, I tend to lean more towards the stairs route, but these are nice, thin, see-through, and they look pretty cool if I do say so myself, so try them out if your build calls for it. Next up, we've got a good example of a fireplace with a mantle and everything. So the big thing here is you can do this once again with any type of more brick block, but you want to add block diversity and texture. If this was just solid brick, it would just be a mass it would just a mass in your home, and that's no fun. So I added in some polished and just normal granite. It looks nice, it looks natural. Personally, I think it cuts out certain huge blocky areas. The reason this area is still full brick is because you're putting and breaking it up with decorations like flower pots, lanterns. Ooh. I put things in item frames to look kind of like a picture. That reminds me of home or something like that. Just fun little things you can do to spruce up your little fireplace mantle, I guess. Next up, we're talking chairs. You can go with the most basic route of 2 signs on a stair. You could do 2 trapdoors as well. I personally like the sign look better because it makes the armrests lower than the back of the chair. This is literally the most basic thing you can do. Followed by this, which is also pretty basic. It's just slabs with trapdoors around it. It works, it's like a nice little couch. I don't know, I think it looks nice. I like it better than just doing a stair couch. because, like, I mean, look at it. It makes the backing thin, it's not super clunky, I like it. And then for high back chairs, see, okay, most people would put a door here. What I do is I put a trap door here because a door would have a handle, well, this is just solid. So when you're doing high back chairs, I actually recommend using trapdoors. But then you can put a banner on it to make it look like you have a cushion on the back, and also to bring a little pop of color and break up all that like spruce or wood tone. I don't know, I prefer doing these tips and tricks in spruce just because of the trapdoors and their availability, but you can do this with, once again, instead of this time it being a stair though, because we have the back there, signs on the side, half slab, and boom, you got a nice looking chair. Okay, next up is just simple little bed hacks. So this is just bunk beds, it's trapdoors up the side, half slab, bed. The most basic thing you can do. And another fun thing I like to do is if your bed isn't going to be up against a wall, like on the back, you can create a little headboard using oak sign to match the rest of it. It just looks like your bed has a little bit of a headboard. I think it's cute. I think it's nice. I don't know. This is something I do if I'm not having my bed up against the wall in the back. Next up, tables. The most basic table of all is the stair, slab, stair type table. I mean, you can't fault the classics. This works. It looks nice. It does its job. And then you have the more thin table, kind of like, I would use this as like an entryway table, not as an eating table. This is more of like a this is more of a dining room table compared to this being a entryway table. Next up, carpeting. So a good way to create color and texture and fun and mess around with patterns is actually to use glazed terracotta. Specifically, I think these ones are the best looking ones for this trick. And do it correctly in its like pattern. Place it by walking in a circle, but then in your floor, and bam, you got some more interesting, like, detailed carpets. I don't know, I think it's fun. You don't have to do it 4x4. You could do a 2x2 for this one, and it would just be nice. It would almost look like a circular carpet, except obviously we'll have the edges, but it looks nice. Next up, just a few lighting sources. I'm not the best at designing quick, easy lighting sources. My best bet here is light source, end router fence, trapdoor on top, and then trapdoors on the sides. Or if you want to do it hanging, you don't have the trapdoor on the bottom, you just have the trapdoor on the sides. Same thing, fence, chain, iron bar, end rod attached to a light source, trapdoor. Simple, easy, looks good. These to me are the best trapdoors for shutters, just because they look, not shutters, lamp covers, whatever the technical term for that is. I like these the best. I don't know, something about them screams like suburban mom home lamp thing to me. If that makes sense to any of you, it makes sense to me, I guess. Next up, we've got a grandfather clock. Now, it wouldn't be 2 blocks thick. This would be like your wall. If your wall is wooden, at least. If not, you would probably inlay this into your wall or something like that, because it's a grandfather clock, it's gotta be all wood. It's just trapdoors, a wooden, like a block, item frame, clock, chain. Chain is what you want to use here. Don't use an iron bar because an iron bar will connect its sides to those trapdoors. I don't know why, but it does that. And then, fun thing about this is sunflowers are just little circles. So you put an item frame in a sunflower and it looks like you got the little pendulum. It's fun. Now next up is just a couple of, this is just miscellaneous things that I forgot to put over there. So ignore my disorganization. Another thing you can do for just a quick little table, even like a bar stool, is redstone block or redstone signal, and then piston, not a sticky piston, that looks weird. And then you have a chair or bar table. You can put a carpet on it to make it look like it's got a cushion. It's really up to you. I don't personally use them because it goes into the ground. You can see that difference right there. But it works. It works its purpose. It looks decent, I guess. Go for it. And next up is carpets. Don't just do one solid color carpet. Mix it up. Do multiple colors. like blues, white, cyan, I don't know, I just messed around, did a random pattern, and made these 2 little carpets. But once again, you can't like place anything on them. You can do this with wool in your floor as well if you want to be able to place stuff on top of your carpets. And next up is basic kitchen design. Once again, see, I made drawers. This time I actually used barrels, so it actually functions. It looks nice, it works, which is always a plus. And then, unlike what I normally do, I used a smoker with an activator rail on top, just because it looks like it's got a cooktop on it. You could do this with furnaces as well, really anything. It would work. And to create like a hood, you know, like the hoods that are over ovens, I used 2 hoppers facing each other, iron bar on one, the ventilator thing, which I just used a cobblestone wall for, on the other. Shelving, you use a mix of your, like, what are they called? Cabinets. You use a mix of your cabinets with just these, wow, my brain is dying. You use your cabinets alongside some trapdoors, and bam! You get a nice looking little kitchen area. You can obviously do this bigger, there's more hacks that I could show you, but I feel like with this, you're set up now to actually make some good interiors. I hope these tips and tricks are useful and that you end up using them to stop your Minecraft interiors from being super boring, because I mean, how hard is it to actually make a decent looking chair? It's just signs and a stare. No, but seriously, hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I will see you guys next time. Bye!